Hello, everybody. Welcome to this, the Great Ace Attorney, your host, the non English speaker that reads pretty bad for another part, 22 of November, 12 and 9 p.m., Supreme Court of Judicature, Courtroom 2. Oh. Court hereby resumes the trial of Yunosuke Naruhodo. Prosecutor Aochi, have you managed to subpoena the witness?
Yes, Your Excellency, against all odds. And thanks to a certain young stripling, the prosecution is now under rather painful scrutiny from the government.
Ugh, sorry. Let the government scrutinize. That's their job. It's nothing to worry about.
It's highly unlikely that the good relations with Ford with Great Britain will emerge from this trial unscathed. Will you still think it's nothing to worry about when the new treaty breaks down between and our nation's founders?
Again, terribly sorry. If the friendship between our nations is really so fragile, then the treaty isn't worth the paper it's written on. Oof! Based! Based! Kazuma based! Really, really based. He knows his geopolitics. You really have nothing to worry about, Yunosuke.
What do you mean? My name is Ledger Inosuke.
A secret trial, anxiety over some foreign government's opinions, a buglet investigation, missing witnesses. Is that our nation's justice system is? Is that what our nation's justice system is? Is it the Supreme Court of Japan or of England? Ooh.
Shut up, shut up! You jumped, rookie boy! You and your friend know nothing of the situation our nation finds itself in. We need pounds. By aligning ourselves with the great world power, we'll become strong. Diplomacy has never been more critical. A steady political maneuvering that will secure our futures.
I won't deny that I'm not expert, I'm just a student, and one who could arguably study harder too. But standing here in your Supreme Court, there is one thing that I feel very strongly. A country that fails to uphold the truth in its justice system, it's a country with no future at all. Oof. That was painful, Archie. Well said, Ryunosuke. Despite the wide-eyed look of terror.
You little brats!
Thank you, Consul. This court is the pinnacle of our nation's justice system, and exists solely for the for the pursuit of truth. With that in mind, the trial will now resume with the next witness taking the stand. The visiting student from Great Britain, Miss Giselle Brett.
Yes. Your Excellency!
Oh, está para calarse el ganso.
Well, what a delight is it to welcome such a fine gentlewoman for Japan and from such a distant land.
Soup. Tea. Someone break English tea. In England, no discussions take place without tea. Soup. Is that true? She is really hot, Ryunosuke. No idea she was that fucking hot.
So, could we possibly trouble you to state your name and occupation to the court?
Of course. My name is Satoru Hosonaga. I have been working as an undercover.
Yes, we know all about you already.
Inspector Hosonaga, where are your manners? In English, it's always ladies first. Holy fuck, they're simping so fucking hard for her. Is that true? No idea. Is it true? No idea. More importantly, a little earlier today you said something to me. You said your powers of observation are the one thing you're sure of. Then why? Why didn't you tell me that she was that hot? Oh yes, I think I did, didn't I? Yeah, you. I know it was coming. I just didn't remember this. I can't. And yet, you. And yet, your description for this amazing sight was simply a woman. Stop holding that. Kazuma is holding the sword. He's holding his sword. No, Kazuma, don't simp. Sorry, Ryunosuke, but powers of observation aside, your powers of description are solely lacking. Guilty. God fucking. Oi.
So, dear lady, once again, if we may trouble you for your name and occupation, please.
Your mother.
I'm terribly sorry, dear lady, but what?
The lady says her name is Giselle Brett. She comes from London, England. Sorry. The Hosonaga voice.
She's a visiting research student currently enrolled in the May University's medical faculty.
Oh my, what a rare treat to see the dulcet tones of the delightful language of the British people. I'm afraid I don't understand a word you said, but it was as beautiful as a hummingbird song.
He's head over heels for her, and as far as I can tell, the detective is translating her words faithfully enough. But she did say something about our mothers. Yes, I agree. Haha. Obviously, you'll obviously define in England, Kazuma. Her English doesn't rattle you at all, doesn't it? Puta. Está hablando Ryunosuke. Nor you. You've clearly been paying attention to your English classes, Ryunosuke. I haven't. Understand shit. The court thanks the beautiful lady for taking this time. Now, if we may trouble you to confirm something, Miss Brett. 3 days ago, a restaurant called La Cavernal, a grim murder took place. The court has been led to believe that you are dining there with the victim, Dr. Wilson, at the time. Is that correct? She says. I fuck.
She says, yes.
It was that his voice was like more of a
She says, yes.
yeah, more or less like that. This could take some time. So even though she's studying here in Japan, she can't speak any Japanese.
She'd like to apologize for disappearing from the scene. She says that she was due to make a presentation at the university, so she had to leave immediately.
Interesting. You're the one to engineer her escape.
I was just following the special orders from the bureau.
Well, now, dear lady, would you be so kind as to cast your eyes over this photographic print? Seeing as you were unfortunately present at the scene of the crime, could it be that your resplendent eyes caught sight of the wicked perpetrator, perhaps? Washa, 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 washa.
Apparently, it was very frightening and a sorrowful sight.
You mean to say?
Yes, it would appear that the lady did witness the crime. The very moment when the accused, standing right there in this courtroom, shot the victim in cold blood.
Order! Order!
Did you hear that, Your Excellency? Here we have an absolute conclusive witness statement.
Well, it looks like it's clear now. It's clear who our real enemy is. What's your real enemy? It's the pretty privilege. Fortunately, well, I will have to ask for you to formally testify, if you please. Kindly tell the court the exact nature of this frightening and sorrowful sight you described.
Washa, 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 washa.
Witness testimony. A frightening and sorrowful sight.
Washa, 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 washa.
I had arranged to meet for a slightly late luncheon with Dr. Wilson that day.
It was going to be an unforgettable luncheon. Scallops. Oh, no. ¿Cómo era? I was arranged to meet for a slightly late unforgettable luncheon with Dr. Wilson that day. Steam hands. I'm so sorry, that was unfucking Oh.
The professor was unable to eat, so I ordered myself only a beef steak.
Washa, 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 washa.
After a while, the accused came over to greet the professor, and they got into a fierce argument. Then, not long afterwards, the accused took the professor's gun and shot him right before my eyes.
Oof.
Washa, 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 washa.
I don't carry a gun myself, so obviously I couldn't have been the culprit.
This is a condemning. Yes, no, I didn't have any kind of argument with the professor. All
Objection!
Quiet, you filthy wretch! Look at you, you black-hearted
what?
Black-hearted black-heart. And look at this Snow White angel.
Holy fuck! You're racist.
I'm sure even a dark-minded scoundrel like you can imagine whose words the court is going to believe. Of course, it's going to be the white woman.
Ugh. You're still making the same mistakes, Ryunosuke. You mustn't blurt out when you're goaded like that. That's a lesson you need to learn. Talk less. Smile more. Alexander Hamilton. Okay. God damn it. Oh, but he's so annoying. Talk less. Smile more.
Of course. I was at the scene as well. I took statement from this lady and the two witnesses who testified before and reported back to the bureau. It was decided that Miss Brett was not involved, so I let her go.
The testimonies of the last witnesses were completely worthless, Howard.
Well, even so, in question, the lady was wearing the same outfit as she is today. As you can see, there is nowhere about her person where she could conceal any firearms. Like the hat, no. The dress, no. The boots, no. Like you can see, she doesn't have any pockets. Pockets are a man thing, not a woman's thing. So, of course, she couldn't have any.
I would think she could hide the guns almost anywhere in that outfit if she wanted to.
Unless and until the precise location where the witness is to have hidden the weapon can be shown. This is moot.
There are no pockets in my outfit. I have nowhere to hide the gun. Please ignore my big ass hat. Those are the witness' own words on the matter. The hat is irrelevant to the case.
She could hide a fucking machine gun there. A bomb. The hat is a bomb. That's ridiculous. If only I was allowed to lift. Ryunosuke, cuidado. Cuidado. Dios mío. Te van a cancelar. Muchacho. Ryunosuke, please. That's ridiculous. If only I was allowed to lift up her dress, I could prove it. Don't think about doing anything rash, Ryunosuke. I know what you're thinking. I want to do it too, but this is not the time. We're civilized people.
Ow!
But I didn't fire the gun. Fire the gun I picked up. There must have been another gun there that day. You're right about that, which means this lady was hiding a gun somewhere, but I can't paint it out. Like, she doesn't have anywhere in that fucking dress to hide the gun. Your case is impossible, Ryunosuke. Yes, what we have to prove now. To do so, we will need to pull her testimony apart. Ooh, she's smiling. Defense may now cross-examine the witness. Oh, yes, Your Excellency. Cross-examination. frightening and sorrowful sight.
I had arranged to meet for a slightly late luncheon with the tutorials and that day.
Yes! After 2 p.m., in fact. That's really quite a late for a lunch, isn't it?
You don't keep up with the latest fashion from Britain, do you? Late lunches are vogue, isn't that right? No. Okay. No.
The no was clear. The no was clear, man. Ouchie. Ouchie. Eso debió doler. A decisive English no has quite a sting to it. Oof. Hard. What? The gentlewoman is currently working in the victim's research laboratory, it seems. So, it was apparently a daily occurrence that they would lunch together. Ah. If you want to steal my voice, you can. You detective. I have to have the protagonist voice. I thought I have the protagonist voice. But on the day in question, the victim had another appointment at the clinic first. Yes, which we can prove from the medical report card that was submitted as evidence earlier.
That's right. Miss Brett and the victim went to lunch following the victim's treatment, which is why it was so late.
Yes. That all makes perfect sense.
Such wonderful logic. What a shining example of the English intelligence in this fine gentlewoman, that is.
I need to check on something. Yes. Sorry. So you both arrive at the restaurant. What happened next?
The professor wasn't able to eat, so I ordered myself only a beef steak.
Oh, fuck. A beef steak. Wasn't able to eat, so I ordered myself only a beef steak.
Yes!
He was unable to eat, you say? And that was because he just had a tooth removed at the Hota clinic, correct?
That's right.
You're supposed to actually check with the witness before answering. Was Miss Brett aware of that fact?
It seems so, yes. She heard that the professor was to have some dental treatment.
So that would mean... that it was you who ate the steak in the picture there, isn't it right, Miss Brett? By the way, I need to check that photo up because I don't know what type of bottle it is. Oh. Okay. Nothing weird.
That's right, yes. The print you have shown the print you have there shows the table exactly as it was left before the hurricane events.
Exactly as it was left.
Dear me, what a harrowing experience. To have traveled such a distance land and to such a distance land on the far side of the world and being brought in such a tragic incident.
Stop simping, holy fuck.
I have no fear. Have no fear, my dear lady. I swear I will crush the evil fiend that has subjected you to this terrible plight.
Oh, way. Stop simping, man. So, the victim, Dr. Wilson, had nothing to eat or drink at all?
That's right. Other than some carbonated water.
Just water? Carbonated water?
Yes, the professor was unable to eat, but he had been given permission to drink water. So, it appears that the dinner toasted the lunch with a glass of water each.
A glass of water each, but there's just one glass of water. They each raise a glass of carbonated water. What do you think, Rinosuke? But the witness writes the last statement is very meaningful because there's no water at all. That last statement of yours, Miss Brent, has a profound bearing on this case.
Well, how fascinating. Do tell us, what is this profound bearing?
Please let me present because I know. Yeah, like you can see, it's only one glass of water. Where's the other? The significance of this statement will become apparent when the time is right. The defense called for the witness' last statement to be formally added to the testimony.
Well, sidestep, cancel.
Very well, Miss Brett. Kindly repeat what you just said to be added to the official testimony.
Gladly, she said. You should have heard it. It was marvelous. Like, look at that innocent smile. She couldn't have hid nothing in her. Nothing at all.
That was brilliant, Kazuma. I'm going to remember that one. That was brilliant, Kazuma. I'm going to remember that one.
Which one?
The significance will become apparent when the time is right. I could really use that phrase. I hope there are more useful tips you're picking up from this experience than that.
I ordered a beef steak for myself and the professor, and I said cheers over a glass of carbonated water.
Yes! Let's press again. So, both of you and the professor drank this carbonated water, did you?
Yes. Being the waiter, I poured on the 2 glasses myself. I clearly remember doing so.
Except you're actually a detective. Beefsteak. That was for you, Miss Brent. All for you want some beef right now.
The lady said that she heard that it was not customary to eat beef here until Japan opened the doors to the world.
Yes, that's true.
What a frightful place. It's the lady's opinion.
Shit. Openly racist. The guy's melting already. Oh yes, humiliate me more. Like I can see Ouchi like, oh yes, humiliate me more, insult my country, be racist. Oof. And I heard it is not customary and I've heard it's not customary to eat sashimi in Great Britain. No, that's frightful. Every country has its own cuisine as long as people have food to eat. What does it matter what it is? True, and it's a British woman that it's saying that. Uh, do we forget the toast sandwich? The bean toast, fish and chips. Uh, what else? What else? Yeah, beans in a toast. Um, well, the beef tartare. I think the beef tartare is English. I like the beef tartare at least. And the fish and chips, they're like simple but good. But they're no way near the cuisine in Europe. Like holy fuck, the French do really cool stuff. The Italians, man, and the Portuguese. Oh, I love Portuguese cuisine. Oh, yeah, I'm hungry. How many minutes I have here? Well, like 10 to 15 minutes more, and I finish with this. True, come to think of it. The first time I tried carbonated water, it was much more of a shock than the first time I tried beef. But anyway, back to the witness's statement. Somehow, I feel like there's something out of place in what the lady is saying. It's not like we don't have any clue of where the other. I love this. We need to pounce on every slightest thing now, because you never know what may lead us to our goal. Our goal of turning this trial around. Understood, Kazuma.
After a while, the accused came over to greet the professor and they got into a fierce.
Yes!
I never got into an argument with the professor. All I did when I noticed him was go over and say hello.
Please, don't get angry with me.
No, I wasn't direct and don't retort at you. It was meant for the lady next to you. But anyway, as I say, I did not argue with the professor.
I'm afraid your words are in vain.
Sorry?
Miss Brett does not appear to speak Japanese.
Liar.
Of course not. Japanese is such a cumbersome language anyway.
Oh,
English is the future. We must all speak English.
God damn it. Qué pena. Qué patético. Pathetic. Pathetic. I wonder if I said pathetic and I am the one that doing this whole thing in English when it's not my main language. Oh, what a hypocrite. But hey, this game is not in Spanish, so whatever. I wonder if the prosecution or Portuguese, like, it would be nice to have this game in other languages as well. I want to upload Batman. I'm kind of tired of commenting this in English. I wonder if the prosecution will feel that way forever, or only in the presence of a beautiful woman. Well, that beautiful woman is telling blatant lies with a completely straight face. I have to find something that will unravel her testimony, no matter how seemingly insignificant it can be. Anyway,
it seems that after the argument, the accused briefly returned to his own seat.
that part ties with what you said, doesn't it? Yes, I took my gun, I stole his gun, I put some bullets, and then okay. Of course, that didn't happen. It wasn't funny in the first chapter, it's not going to be funny here. Yes, I still have some coffee to drink. God damn it, someday I will go to a stage to do the the guy who didn't like musicals. I really want to get better at this, because back in my country I liked to act a lot, like a little bit of lore dumping. I was in a theater, in a theater company. It was more of a community theater thing, but I loved it. I loved every second of it. I'm not good by any means, but I love being on stage, and I wish I had that opportunity here. But after I left, I go, is that a spider? It's a big spider. Well, whatever. let's keep on with it. But yeah, the guy who didn't like musicals. What a good play. You should watch it. It's in YouTube. For the Star Kids. It's amazing. It's amazing. And the next time, you got up after that was when I finished my coffee. I stood up and leave. Then
Not long afterwards, the accused took the professor's gun and shot him right before my eyes.
Yes!
like I say, I did not shoot that gun. Like I say, there's no point to repeating that assertion over and over. Talking about you, Ryunosuke. Well, I wasn't expected to be attacked by my own side.
Nonetheless, the defendant, you kept the line. But when the shot rang out in the restaurant, you had the gun in your hand.
Well, yes, that's true, but all I did was pick up the gun I saw on the floor next to the professor as I was leaving the restaurant. In fact, yes, I saw the gun and I wanted the gun. But that doesn't make me a criminal. Like, guns are pretty, and I wanted to have a concealed weapon, a concealed illegal weapon of my own. Is that so fucking bad? There was someone much more close. Okay. There was someone much more close than the victim than me at that time. The highly suspicious lady at this time.
Objection! Objectify! That will do. You dirty rotten scoundrel.
Dirty?
Your baseless accusations could very well cause an international incident, boy.
It seems to me that your accusations is just as baseless as ours.
Nonsense.
The lady.
The lady is merely stating what she spoke.
And this is already an international incident as far as I'm concerned, anyway. Oh, fuck.
I don't carry a gun myself, so I obviously couldn't have been the culprit.
Yes!
Well, it's very well saying that, but can you prove it?
Absolutely. I verify it personally.
You did what? You verify it?
Yes, I immediately after the incident I checked to make sure the lady was not carrying any weapon.
Oh,
I distinctly remember saying her saying, "I'm not."
that's all you did? You just asked her?
Yes, I'm not going to touch a woman.
Surely you carry out a physical search, Inspector.
No, it's a woman. No.
Why on earth not?
The honorable English gentlewoman clearly stated that she did not possess a weapon. There was obviously no need for any further proving that the matter. Into the matter.
Coño, no. Or there was no permission given for any further proving into the matter, perhaps.
Think what you will. If you're going to continue with this preposterous claim,
Oh, fuck.
with this preposterous claim that the refined lady was considered a firearm, the prosecution demands that you support your assertion with facts.
In other words, he wants evidence. I understood that, Kazuma.
Washa, 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 washa.
The lady wishes to point out that that of course she wanted to stay and assist with the investigation. But she was in a hurry to give a presentation at the university, so she was compelled to leave.
Not to mention the fact that not to mention the fact that your office had told you to get a woman out of there.
Not get her out of there. I just urged her to leave. The lady would like to point out that she was in no way meant to run away from the scene of the crime. Which is why she's only too happy to cooperate and to testify here in court today, of course.
Unlike a certain student who refuses to admit the game is up. Could you at least have the courtesy to pay attention to when I'm calling you?
So she's maintaining that you got into an argument with the professor at the end of which you shot him. Which it's an out and out official, a totally unfounded lie. Still, her statement is very compelling. After all, she's an elegant, refined, young, and beautiful, sexy, hot, gentlewoman from Great Britain. In contrast to you, dressed from head to toe in a dull black school uniform. You're disgusting. Please get out of my sight. You're dressed exactly the same. I'm dressed exactly the same way as you are, except for the flapping red ribbons. The flapping red ribbons make all the difference. That's aura. I'm aura farming. You are aura. You don't have aura. Anyway, this is our only chance to expose her testimony as the fiction that it is. If we can do that, the trial's on. Over and out. Even with your thick skin, must be able to feel the murderous look you're getting from around the room. Everybody's sipping from her, even me. Only too well, I feel half dead already. Only too well, I feel half dead already. And the fact that I can't see a single inconsistency in her testimony, it isn't making me feel any better either. It's like I have fish memory because I could swear I noticed something, but I don't remember anymore. The first thing to do is press her on any of the statements that seem slightly off to you. To do that, an opening will present itself, I promise you. I need to expose the true face of this exotic foreigner that is hiding behind the mask. That's why I should be aiming for it in this cross-examination. Over a glass of carbonated water. But
Yes!
you see, it was just one glass. That's it! There was just one glass. I just presented this just because. Let me just confirm something, please. It's to do with this photographic print. Just a short while ago, you spoke of this print showing the victim's table at the crime scene. That it was exactly as it was left.
That is correct. That is correct, the lady says.
Well, that is, it's odd, very odd.
Dear me, what's odd is the defense inability to express itself?
Yeah. Ryunosuke, what is it about the print that looks odd to you? Well, obviously, it's the cheers.
The cheers?
Miss Brett just told us that she and the professor said cheers over a glass of water. But if that's true, there should be 2 glasses on the table. Not one. You're quite right, Consul. There's only 1 glass picture here.
Objection!
Are we supposed to be impressed by this nitpicking over minutiae? Yay! What possible difference does the presence or absence of a glass make of the case?
Minutiae, you say? Is that how it's pronounced? Because I didn't understand. Minutiae. Minucias. Could it be that the detective here removed the glass from the table to conceal the lady's presence?
Of course not. I would never do something so reckless.
There should have been 2 glasses at the table. Are you going to try to tell me that you cling with only 1?
You're quite right. I certainly took 2 glasses from the table.
Washa.
Inspector, what did the lady say?
It would seem that it was Miss Brett who took the glass from the table.
What?
It was all so terrifying, everything that happened. I panicked, and I thought I tried to hide the fact that I'd been there at all. She's saying,
Good gracious.
Sorry.
No, espera.
Sorry. There. As I assured the court before, this is no consequence at all.
Oh, please.
We must remember that this student has just murdered this lady's luncheon companion before her very eyes. Who could blame her for concealing a glass or 2 in her state of disarray?
That's absurd.
Oh, really? So do we take it that you are now going to accuse this vulnerable, young, and beautiful and hot woman of mischief?
What? No. This can just be put down to mischief. I'd like to know. Where did you put the glass? Because the hat couldn't be. Kazuma, stop thinking about it. Exactly how the lady took the glass from the scene.
Washa.
it would seem that she slipped it into a small handbag that she was carrying.
So she had something! A handbag, you say?
Yes, Your Excellency. A small handheld pouch commonly carried by a well-to-do woman in England.
So the beautiful lady was very gracious explained how and why she removed the glass from the scene now. However, the fact remains that this glass has absolutely no bearing on the case.
So you're telling me she had pockets?
An external pocket, which is not the same as having pockets. Besides, have you seen her? She couldn't have carried anything other than in a bag. This student has been trying to confuse the court with logical reasoning, but in the end it comes to nothing. The logic doesn't matter. Racism do. Racism do. No more pretentious accusations. You have wasted enough time already.
Indeed, the lady was offered a satisfactory explanation as to why she removed this glass. I think henceforth we can consider the matter to have no bearing on this case. The counsel for the defense, are you in agreement? Well, I don't know really. If you want to pursue this matter further, you're going to need to show that it has some deeper significance. Yes, you're right. So she took the glass away in her handbag. If there are deeper significance, there is the fucking handbag. The handbag. The lady put the glass in her handbag, you say?
Yes, do try to keep it up. It's already been explained in the court that all English gentlewomen carry handbags for small items.
Let me see. A little while ago, Miss Preta stated the following. There are no pockets in my outfit. I have nowhere to hide a gun. But what she forgot to mention was her handbag, which it would be perfectly possible to conceal a gun. You're right! Well done, partner. I had a feeling you pick up on that. I'm getting horny.
What are you insinuating, you vile black god?
You just call me black? It's really very simple. The gunshot was heard when the defendant picked up the gun at the restaurant floor. As he didn't fire that gun, we can deduce there must have been another firearm at the scene. A true murder weapon, if you will.
You can't seriously be suggesting.
Inspector Hosonaga!
Yes.
Did you not search Miss Giselle Brett handbag the day of the murder?
No, sir. No, I did not.
As I thought. In other words, another gun. The one that was actually used to kill the professor. Could have been hidden in Miss Brett's handbag. Order! Order! Order!
What's the meaning of this, Inspector?
The meaning of what, Prosecutor Archie?
Why on earth did you not have the lady open her handbag to show you the contents at the time? Thanks to your bubbling incompetence, now she has to endure these uncomfortable accusations.
Brilliant work, partner. Now we have a chance to expose the real woman behind the mask. Do you think so, Kazuma? I know this. That's how I feel right now. Well, what a sorry situation.
Oh, what?
What a sorry situation. You clearly have no faith in the police. Ah, sorry, fuck. It's the
It's the voices. I'm sorry. That's what made me cough like that. As I said, I did not search the lady handbag after the shooting. Simply because it wasn't necessary.
necessary in what way?
I ought to thank the student lawyer, really. I have a piece of evidence that was completely forgotten about. This photographic print.
Uy, qué... ¡Ay! ¡Qué puto! ¡Ay, qué puto! Coño la madre. Ah. Este tipo está muy involucrado. This print is a photographic.
It's a photographic. It's a photographer. Ah, this is a print of a photograph that I thought would be prudent to take immediately after the shooting. But you can see it clearly shows misspread handbag.
Well, I never.
You can see through. You can see through what's inside. That's right. Apparently, mesh-work bags like these are the height of fashion in London at the moment.
So the content are clearly visible.
Exactly. There's no need to search the lady's handbag. If there had been a gun inside, it would have been immediately obvious. As you can see, there's nothing to imply Miss Pratt is guilty here.
The two of them smiling.
Thank you for helping to prove that, Naruhodo-san.
Bullshit. Order! Order! Inspector Hosonaga, will you submit that print as evidence at once?
Certainly, Your Excellency.
The photograph of the handbag has been entered into the court record. I want that fucking glass. I think you've had long enough to cross-examine the witness, Consul. The court has now been shown considerable evidence. The photographic print just submitted into the court appear to have no further significance. There is no longer any room for doubt in this matter. I must take my ruling.
Indeed, there's only one logical conclusion. That the pathetic rookie slumped over the bench before us is the only perpetrator of this crime.
No. Just when I thought I was beginning to turn things around. I'm in a worse situation than I was from the start. I fucking well, Kazuma. Kazuma? Your aura! I'm sorry, Ryanosuke. Not that the cross-examination of the witness is over, there's no way to force the trial to continue. What? What do you mean? This is it? I'm out of faith, out of aura.
I must say you put up quite a fight for a rookie student, but the weak are meat while the strong eat. You were wasting your time. There's no way to defeat true justice. The fact is, you can chew to your heart's content from the inside of your cell.
This can't be happening. I'm already going to be found guilty of a crime that I didn't commit. Kazuma, his dream of going to study in Great Britain will slip through his fingers. Kazuma. What? Is there really no chance to turn in this trial around? You heard the judge. There's nothing about that last photograph the detective produced that we can contest. There is! The fucking bull thing! There's a bullshit there that it's clearly that clearly can be used for this trial. And there's the bull! That's the bull! Which means there's no basis on which we can argue this trial to continue. Very well. I will not proceed immediately to the ruling.
It seems that we were able to report to the British government on time after all.
That smug little, I'm going to kill him. I have a sword. I don't care. Ryunosuke Naruhodo, having considered all the evidence placed before... Yes! Wait, Your Excellency. Ryunosuke, I don't think you can rule out this case yet.
Objection!
This amateurishness is getting tedious. When His Excellency deems the trial is over, he gives his ruling. It's the most basic protocol of the courtroom.
Your Excellency, just a moment ago you said this. As the photographic print you submitted appears to have no further significance, there's no longer any room for doubt in this matter, and I must make my ruling. No, that means if there was a problem with the evidence on some significant detail, then the ruling of this case at this time would be out of question.
Objection!
This blatant straw clutching, look at the photographic print. All it shows is the handbag of the gentlewoman carrying the date in question. There can be no problem with this evidence.
Except there is. You better know what you're doing, Ryunosuke. Understand your objection, Consul? Certainly, the new evidence submitted by the detective has not undergone the court's scrutiny. However, I fail to see what we can glean any new information from this handbag.
Ha! My thoughts exactly. The prosecution is becoming tired of this rookie with desperate wheezes.
Yes, I am desperate, but this isn't a wheeze! There's something in this photograph that doesn't seem right. If only I could put my finger on it. Very well. We'll grant the defense a final opportunity.
What?
But be warned that if I'm unsatisfied by your response here, the trial will be over with immediate defense. So menacing. I love this animation. Do I make myself clear? Yes, Your Excellency. So, take another look at the photograph the Inspector Hosonaga submitted. You will identify the cord in the spring, but you can see significant detail that we which you have added. That thing over here, what the fuck?
Yes!
Look at this! Here! A very unusual mark on the victim's wrist. That is true. It looked almost like a burn of some description.
Objection!
Dear me, I was pondering what few people would you come out of with a burn, you see, on the victim's wrist. Clearly, that was nothing covered to do with the magnificent lady's headband.
Yes, that is a burn mark. You're right. Go on, Inspector. I'm, I'm sorry, like, I know that I put a funny voice to this guy, but this guy gives me the vibes of police Corrigan. But I don't want to put that voice on him. It's me. I'm going to keep putting the voice and I'm going to keep fucking it up, but yeah.
The police coroner also noticed it when he was performing the post-mortem examination. It was deemed unrelated to the cause of death, so he didn't note it in his report.
What did he tell you? What did I tell you? In any case, we have no idea when the victim suffered this burn, do we? And no possibility ways of knowing either. The more you look at it, the more I find myself intrigued.
The more I look at it, the more I find myself intrigued by this curious shape of this mark. However, prosecution agent Auchi points out, unless a firm connection to that case can be shown, I cannot allow any further time spent on the precise detail of this burn.
Washa.
She says, fuck you. Excuse me, Your Excellency. It was seen that Miss Brett has a lunch appointment with the dean and other university staff. If they wake up like them, don't suspect on her. She's innocent. She would like to know if she may be excused for the stand now.
Oh, of course, dear lady. We shan't hold you up any longer. I'm quite sure His Excellency is about to give his final ruling anyway.
What's your thinking on this, Renato? Did you believe this burn have something to do with the case? To be honest, I'm not really sure. But if I don't keep pushing, then it's all over. I was thinking we should keep digging and digging in the hope that we might uncover something useful. Yes, you're right. Am I? I am? If we can just link that burn to the case, if we can do that, we might be able to prise this shut-in door back open again.
Shut up, Consul. You can't possibly hope to do that.
Indeed. I'm afraid that without evidence, I can't allow you to pursue that later conjecture. But if we have evidence that irrefutably link the burn of the victim's race to the case, then you will allow it? I would, yes. To tell the truth, I hadn't noticed that burn. But as soon as you pointed out, what I did notice was the color draining from Miss Brett's face. Really? To find some link between that burn and the case. This is the moment of truth. It's time to find evidence that proves that what the burn really means. Then the defense will allow to present one evidence to the court. The evidence that demonstrates the inextricable connection between the victim's burn and this trial. First exam. No? It's this one. Present.
Yes!
What is this, Consul? Yet another print? Yes, Your Excellency. I believe the photographic prints an amazing invention. And, well, I'm going to leave it here. Bye!